And major round of applause to Danny and Alicia and all the organizers of this conference. They're really killing it, getting us on time. So I'm actually going to talk about the biggest Web3 opportunity that no one is talking about. This is going to be a huge surprise. And when I say big, I mean huge. In this sector, $10.5 trillion is spent every year. Last year, 2021, $10.5 trillion was just burned, not invested. This is 8 times the total crypto market cap. This sector is dominated by one organization, but there are around 2 million organizations actively participating in this sector. And as you can see, number is going up every year. It was $10.5 trillion last year in the US. It's going to be even more. And this is a global sector. This is in every country. I'm only breaking it down for the US. And the competition? No one is making money. It's incredible. It's crazy. Can anyone guess what this sector is? What? Charity? It's bigger than that. Yeah? Say it louder. That's right! Public goods! This is what we talk about in the Ethereum space, of course. Public goods. And this sector is dominated by governments and nonprofits. I heard charity out there. I usually hear governments. That's the obvious one, right? But this guy knows public goods. And it's amazing how much effort is being used to produce value for society, and it's just lost. It's not rewarded. There's no economic incentive to do it. No one in this conference even cares about it because they don't see the opportunity. They don't see how huge this is. And this is because we're so used to scarcity economics. So I call it scarcity economics. This is the economics you are expecting, where it's like, okay, I need a business model. I'm going to start a movie theater. I'm going to charge tickets. You know, you have to exclude people from your movie theater so that they will pay the ticket, right? You're creating a scarcity. You could just say, hey, there's a great movie theater here. Come sit down, enjoy the movie. Honestly, we'd probably get more value as a society if the movie theaters were free, right? But that doesn't work in scarcity economics. To make money, you have to create scarcity. And in abundance economics, this is the other half of producing value for society, right? You want to create, if you want to create value for society, you have to sacrifice. You have to pay taxes or donate. Where's the reward? Why would you do that? No one wants to do that because it doesn't make any sense. How are we going to create value for society if it doesn't make logical sense? And honestly, this is a huge problem. It's beyond just an opportunity. This is a crisis. The world is burning. We're so fucked. You know, we really need to figure this out. And if we do nothing, well, you know, we could see how that goes. Or we could use Web3 to build a better way, a third way, besides nonprofits and governments. We can actually create what I like to call regen economies. Sometimes they're called impact DAOs. There's lots of cool phrases for this. But even Bitcoin uses this process, right? With Bitcoin, you can actually create an address anywhere in the world and receive money from anybody for free. It's free public infrastructure that anyone can use. It can't be stopped, and it's not paid for with taxes. It's not paid for with donations. It's paid for through an economic means, issuing a currency and creating demand for the currency. It doesn't have to be more complicated than that. And regen economies are trying to do this in a more specialized way. They're creating mission-driven economic systems that reward the production and distribution of abundant goods and services to satisfy collective wants and needs. This is the opportunity. This is where we can really change things in this world and make a fuck ton of money. I don't usually usually I'm at the Ethereum conferences, and it's not about making money. It's about building cool stuff. This is a different conference. So Gitcoin is probably the leader in the space. Their market cap is $40 million. The leader of a $10.5 trillion industry is $40 million. Okay. TEC is another one that's going to be critical for this space. They're trying to make sure that when you build these economic systems, they're safe and resilient, that the kind of things that public infrastructure needs to be. Market cap 3.3 million. Sure. Okay, that makes sense. Panvala, 1.4 million. These guys have been doing this forever, building communities around the world, and barely $1 million market cap. Bright ID is going to be so important for this industry, not even $1 million market cap. This is a huge opportunity. Giveth, my favorite, of course, I'm a little biased. Our mission is to reward and empower those who give. This is the starting point, right? Market cap, $2.5 million. Okay, we've been around since 2016 doing this, but no, sure. And honestly, it's incredible. We have built the best donation platform in the world, and I can say that objectively. 100% of the donations go to the nonprofits, and we pay the donors to donate. The donors could actually make money by donating if the Give token price goes up. That's crazy. You can get rewarded for donating. But that's the point. That's what we need to do. And donations is the place to start. I'm not saying, hey, let's overthrow governments with regen economies right now. You know, I'm saying like we need to do better than nonprofits. If we can just do better than nonprofits, which is where donors are just burning money, guaranteed loss to create value, the bar is like this high. No, wait, this high. Like we can do better than nonprofits in Web3. And if we can do better than nonprofits, then we can move on to the next side and the next side. And the way we do that at Giveth to start is givebacks. We start by making donations potentially profitable. And this is, I'm running short on time, so I'm just going to speed through it. This is the starting point. The next step, the nonprofits that succeed on our platform, we want to turn them into regen economies. We want to turn them into DAOs. There's a process for that. And if you want to see how, I have another talk at ETH Denver, one of the best conferences in the space. You definitely want to check that out. I see the organizer over there. I had to chill. So definitely check that talk out. It's titled the same. But to make them DAOs, we want to collateralize them with the Give token in a process we call GIRVs. It's a fun journey, the GIRVs journey. We'll talk about it some other day. But I just want to finish up with, this is a huge opportunity. Probably the biggest opportunity you've ever had an opportunity to get into. This is going to be huge. Bitcoin, you missed Bitcoin, you missed Ethereum. Public goods, $10.5 trillion was spent last year in just the US, and this is a global industry. You don't want to miss it. The future of giving is actually investing. It's a surprise, I know, but it's a huge opportunity, and if you want to be part of it, feel free to find me somewhere. You'll see the man bun walking around. Just come up and talk to me. You can also find me on Twitter or message Giveth. Find Giveth. We're all over the place. There's so many Givethers rolling around in the crypto space. You won't have trouble finding us, and we'll get you involved. Thank you.